like to randomly pick up stuff sometimes, stuff that looks interesting. I was at McKay's in Nashville, and I ran across this movie called Infested. And well, you look at it, and never for like a single minute did I think this was going to be a good movie. I just got it because I think it was just a random film that was on Blu-ray. I didn't even know nothing about it. I just kind of looked at it, which I can't even tell you the company that made this. It's like something that I can't make out down there. But there it is. There's actually, we'll get into that stuff here. But one of the main selling points is it does have the chick from Power Rangers, the Pink Ranger, the girl that everybody, you know, loved if you were a kid in the 90s. And it does star the main dude that was in Waxwork 1 and 2, and that was in Gremlins. So, yeah, Gremlins 1 and 2. So, those things are things you're going to notice when you watched it. Is this a good movie? We'll say, is this a good movie? Not necessarily, but there is some value to this. So basically, this dude has died. So his yuppie-ish friends decide that they're going to go and do his last wishes of burying him where he wants to be buried in his own backyard. As they get there, these mutated flies, I guess that's what they're. I don't know if it ever really says what they are. I guess they're mutated flies. They show up and proceed to infest, hence the title, these people, killing them and taking over their bodies and basically turning them into zombies. And when you shoot them or you stab them or whatever, trying to defend yourself or whatever, if there's a hole, the flies fly out. Now that sounds pretty cool, I guess. But the bad thing is every time anything happens here that has like a swarm of these things or blood splatters, well, let me digress. There is real legit blood splatter here, fake blood splatter that does happen. Most of the time it ends up on the Pink Ranger. Um, all the other times though that something happens, you can tell that it's clearly been made by some very bad 2002 CGI or 2001 CGI because this is a 2002 release. Um, so it's weird because like at one point a woman's got a wound and you can tell that they put the wound on by CGI. So as she's moving, the wound kind of moves a little bit with her, and not in a good way. When there's swarms of these flies, it looks terrible at times. Like it looks like an unfinished effect. But that was kind of like the best that it got back in the day when they first started doing this stuff. It's um it's comparable to probably an old 90s, early 2000 CD-ROM game. It's got like some full motion video and some, effects in there. Uh it looks exactly like that. So when they're in somewhere and they're getting swarmed or whatnot, it looks just like it's a video game, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Now, I will say this much. Is it a dumb movie? Yes. Does it make any logical sense? No. If you try to think about it at all, you might as well just not watch it because it's one of the movies where even the rules it sets for itself ain't going to always make sense. But it is a little unpredictable on who's going to live and who's going to die. And I don't know which came first because I think they was released in the same year. But there are shades, very, very small shades, but shades nonetheless in this movie that reminds you a little bit of Cabin Fever. With the people being infected with instead of it being a virus, being the flies. And with some of the randomness of it, because there's some very random things that happens, like the pancake thing in Cabin Fever. There's some very random things here, like them listening to certain songs and stuff. There was actually a bit of money probably put into the soundtrack on this actually because the songs are well known. Two Tickets to Paradise is like playing when it opens. But there's also like, oh, it's the end of the world, so maybe we should try to sleep with each other. There's that angle. So I don't know what came first. I don't know if they seen that movie and played off of it, or if it was just a coincidence that the both movies kind of have some of the same similar themes. It's nowhere near the level of Cabin Fever, but it's okay. And that being said, I give it a 2.5. It's nothing that you're going to write home about. It feels like, if I'm going to say this again, probably the last time we'll say it on reviews this week, but it feels like a sci-fi film, but way better than some of the other ones. But I have never seen this movie before this, never even heard of this movie before this. I've never seen a DVD or Blu-ray copy of it anywhere else before this. But yeah, it has the main feature. It's got 1080i, not 1080p, but 1080i. And then there are trailers, interactive menu, it says, which everything. They said it had interactive menus back in the day. I will say this, it doesn't look good at all on Blu-ray. It looks kind of bad. It looks like a DVD that someone just put on a Blu-ray. So if you're looking for good quality, go look somewhere else. But if you're looking for a goofy movie that's kind of fun, but it still is kind of bad, Infested to me was a 2.5, so it was kind of middle ground. But yeah, better than I thought it was going to be, but still bad.